He says there's so many more stories he wants to tell.
That's great. Get writing. You're old.
And my tweet was, hey, to anybody, all my Game of Thrones fans who think you're ever getting Winds of Winter or Dream of Spring, it's never happening.
I think that he got a taste of being a producer and a show writer, and I think that he found his niche. I am not going to be upset with somebody for finding their niche, but I need that certain somebody to stop promising more books on a series that he has basically killed.
So here's my question for you. If you were in a room with George today, would you, and he was like, and he called you, he was like, Taylor, what should I do about Winds of Winter, Dream of Spring? Would you advise him to go, to do like, I think it was Robert Jordan did when he died. It was Robert Jordan. And be like, dude, find a writer you like, give them all the outline of the notes, and let them finish it.
That's what I would actually advise him to do. I need him to stop fiddle farting around and just get the series done. Because
it has been 10 years?
It has been an entire decade.
Since the last book.
I read those books before I got married.
Not to me.
Not to Pete. I am not married right now. I read those books before I turned 20. I am now 30.
Doesn't he have a team of people writing at this point? So let's talk about what that actually means. So on all the shows, they have writers' rooms, right? Yes. And so the individual screenplays, and if you look at the credits, you'll be like, story by, screenplay by. Story by is the person who outlines the whole thing. They write the treatment. They write all the stuff that determines how it's...
and everything like that, yes.
Then in a writer's room, it gets handed off to the writing staff to do the screenplay, right? George is often credited as story by and things like that. So George is heavily involved as an executive producer and as a producer on all of these shows. I know he was extremely involved with House of the Dragon. Yes. He's going to be really involved with the Hedge Knight because they announced the Hedge Knight series is coming. I love that book. I love the Hedge Knight. I think it's more entertaining than Game of Thrones.
I'm not disagreeing.
The story of Duncan Egg.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just need him to finish what he has started or stop teasing the end of it. That's it.
So most of the people that I follow who are in like Game of Thrones like fandom, they believe, based on the updates that George puts out, that he's probably somewhere between 70 and 80% done with Winds of Winter.
Okay, and it's been 10 years. I'm sorry, like, it's been 10 years.
So here's the question. Do you think we're going to see it maybe next year?
Honestly, I don't want to say. You've given up? Have given up on seeing those two books be finished. I honestly think that because of how long it has been and how many times he has confirmed, oh yeah, I'm still writing that and I'm going to go and write this now and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's cool. Follow your creative,
joy.
Your joy. Yeah, follow your joy. That's fine. Stop telling the people that are excited about specific things that you have already created that you are going to continue those things. That is leading them on. That is rude. If you are going to try and finish those things and you don't have the time to do it, hand it off to somebody who does so that you can continue following your creative joy. Period.
So, somebody asked when they bring in Sanderson. They won't bring in Brandon Sanderson to finish the series. He's not a good enough writer. Brandon Sanderson will tell you he's not a good enough writer.
Brandon Sanderson has actually acknowledged he's not a good enough writer for that.
Yeah, like Brandon Sanderson, and for the chat who's asking who's Brandon Sanderson's a long time fantasy novelist. He's written so many books. He had a really high-profile Kickstarter.
There's a lot of controversy around him right now.
A, there's a lot of controversy around him right now. But B, he has said very distinctly he's not. So, no, I don't think Sanderson. I don't think they're bringing Sanderson. I honestly don't know who George would trust to finish the series. Also, Sanderson's writing style is so different than George's. So I don't see him bringing in somebody else. Even if he was gonna do it, I don't think it would be somebody like Sanderson.
I'm almost wondering if it's going to be a Tolkien situation where his stuff.
ChatGPT is going to finish.
It could be ChatGPT for all we know, to be honest.
ChatGPT might finish Game of Thrones. There you go.
I mean, as long as it gets done at this point.
At this point, wait, even the anti-AI person is like, you know what?
anti-AI, like, full fucking stop.
But you're like,
okay?
nope, input everything into ChatGPT and just let ChatGPT finish it.
Yeah, he's been teasing us for 10 years. I'm over it. Stop that. But no, I'm wondering if they're going to pull something like Tolkien did, right? Where he died and he had family members who ended
George
up...
doesn't have any kids.
Well, too late for that now. Hope you have friends.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, it would do a better job than HBO, maybe. Actually, again, I think House of the Dragon is good. ChatGPT would probably do a better job writing the ending of Game of Thrones than HBO did.
Ooh, Mallow wants to volunteer his tribute. Let's go.
To finish the series, you couldn't.
I'd read that.
There is no amount of money you could pay me to try and finish what he's started.
I mean, he has so many loose ends at this point. I don't even want to go back through and read the books that I have because of the loose ends. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. And they dropped most of those from the book. Like they didn't even open the loose end for the book.
No, they made other loose ends in the shows.
And then just didn't do it.
I know. I was very frustrated with that too. But I could tirade on about that for literal days, so we're not going to go into that one.
So to answer somebody's question from earlier,
AO3, yes.
The stories of Dunk and Egg, which they've now announced are going to be a show on HBO. It's a series called The Hedge Knight. And it's about this, basically this knight without a lord, right? Sir Duncan the Tall, who, sorry, I just read chat thinking, hey, somebody made to finish that whole Truly Hollow Vision, don't finish it for 20 years. There you go. And it's about Dunk, and he ends up with one of the princes, right? Prince Aegon, wandering around with him, just doing adventures. And it is, in my opinion, a highly underrated series that Martin wrote. A lot of really important things that actually lead to some of the stuff with Game of Thrones actually happen.
Aegon?
Yes. That actually happen during that series, right?
There's a lot of setup for that as well.
There's a lot of stuff. And it's like it's the first time we see the Three-Eyed Raven before he becomes the Three-Eyed Raven. And I would really love to see that. I want to see Brendan Rivers just messing people up.
Yeah. The magic in this series is very understated. So being able to see
him and his sister.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. That would be really, really interesting. He's not on the show yet. They've not shown Dunk or Egg on the show. They refer to Aegon, in the show because he is the older brother of Maester Aemon, who's at the wall with Jon, who's the Maester in the Night's Watch.
Aegon was one of the reasons why Aemon became a Maester.
Yeah. Aegon is the king the unlikely king.
Yes. Which he was a favorite of the people, if I remember right.
He was. He was a very well-favored king. And a lot of that people believe is because he wandered around with Dunk when he was a little kid, just being like, like living with the people.
Yeah.
Where nobody knew he was a prince.
Yeah.
Starts a murder board.
That's also why the royal family also considered him to be a weaker king.
But
which is sad.
Brendan Rivers was on his side.
Yeah.
And then Aegon sent him to the wall. Because he murdered someone. I give you free passage. Just kidding. There's a whole thing there. I love the series.
Don't have favorite characters for anything related to Game of Thrones. They will die. Just don't.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Lone Wolf and Cub. Yeah. That's where we're gonna be.
Oh, it says here on the internet that you haven't liked or subscribed or hit the notification bell, and that if you don't, the IRS is going to punch you in the dink.